Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett's business partner, has raised a warning flag regarding the state of the commercial real estate market in the United States. Munger's statement suggests that there are major issues that can lead to a crisis similar to '08 and '09, which can lead to a financial meltdown.
This question comes from Tom Seymour. He says the first sentence of a recent Financial Times article read, "Charlie Munger has warned of a brewing storm in the U.S. commercial property market, with American banks full of what he said were bad loans as property prices fall. Please elaborate on what's going on in commercial real estate. How bad will the losses be, and what sectors or geographies look particularly bad?" I'll just add an addendum from another viewer who wrote in and wanted to know if Berkshire would be more active in commercial real estate as a result.
Well, Berkshire's never been very active in commercial real estate. It works better for taxable investors than it does for corporations taxed the way Berkshire is. So I don't anticipate huge effects on Berkshire, but I do think that the hollowing out of the downtowns in the United States and elsewhere in the world is going to be quite significant and quite unpleasant. I think the country will get through it all right, but as they say, it will often involve a different set of owners.
Yeah, and the buildings don't go away, but
the owners do.
Well, but
Before going any further, please hit like and subscribe button to help the channel hit 5,000 subscribers before the end of this year. Unlike the previous crisis, which mostly affected residential properties, the current worry is focused on the issues confronting owners and investors in commercial buildings, notably offices. In the 2008 and 2009 crisis, it was mainly the residential real estate sector, which took a significant hit. Homeowners faced foreclosure, property values declined, and the housing sector overall suffered. Fast forward to the current financial crisis, and the picture has moved to the commercial real estate sector. The emphasis is currently on properties that serve corporate needs and also shopping malls, which are on a secular decline. The changing nature of employment is one of the most significant concerns confronting commercial real estate owners and investors. The rise of remote work, hastened by the COVID-19 epidemic, has altered the demand for office space. Companies have embraced flexible work arrangements, reducing the requirement for actual office space. As a result, office property owners face the challenge of adapting to this new reality, attracting tenants, and sustaining occupancy rates. Similarly, as a result of shifting consumer behavior, the retail sector has undergone tremendous change. The development of e-commerce and the convenience it provides has had an impact on traditional brick-and-mortar purchasing. Shopping malls, which were once hives of activity, are now faced with the problem of attracting customers back. The reduction in demand for commercial buildings, combined with vacancies and lower rental incomes, can put a burden on owners, which can cause difficulties in paying mortgages and property upkeep fees, potentially leading to financial troubles or even defaults.
Regional bank stocks have taken a major hit on Wall Street in recent weeks, with PacWest leading the slide. One reason is their commercial real estate investments are losing value. Many buildings are sitting empty with remote work from the COVID pandemic.
Furthermore, the commercial real estate crisis has ramifications for lending institutions. Banks and financial institutions that hold commercial real estate loans face the risk of loan defaults and a decline in the underlying collateral's value. This scenario is similar to the difficulties that banks faced during the 2008 housing crisis when the subprime mortgage market collapsed. As a result, lenders' lending standards may tighten and become more cautious, reducing the availability of financing for commercial real estate projects.
Activist investor Jonathan Litt is bearish in office space, warning back in the pandemic's early days a hurricane was coming. He's the chief investment officer at Land and Buildings. Jonathan, welcome back. You came on the show actually at the beginning of the pandemic, and that's when you said you were shorting. So where are we right now in that hurricane phase?
One broker described it as gale force winds. So it's still raging. We were overly optimistic when we wrote that white paper in May of 20. We thought 20% less people in the office, 40% declines in value. we have over 40% less people in the office, and we're probably going to have 50 or 60% declines in the value of the office buildings.
More than half of existing business mortgages, totaling $1.5 trillion, are projected to be refinanced in the near future. This refinancing phase coincides with increased interest rates established by the Federal Reserve. As a result, property owners refinancing their business mortgages may face significantly higher monthly loan payments, adding financial hardship to an already difficult scenario. The convergence of many causes exacerbates the possibility for a commercial real estate crisis. Property owners see a decrease in rental income as tenants leave commercial premises owing to decreased demand and financial issues. This, together with rising loan payments as a result of refinancing and higher interest rates, puts a significant strain on property owners' financial health. Property owners may find it more difficult to earn sufficient money from their properties to satisfy obligations such as loan payments, maintenance charges, and property taxes in some situations. The coming commercial real estate crisis raises the possibility of property owners failing to pay their financial responsibilities. When property owners default on their loans, it can set off a cascade of financial consequences. Banks that retain these loans as assets fear significant losses as property values continue to fall and borrowers struggle to repay their debts. Furthermore, the drop in commercial property prices and the difficulty in reselling repossessed assets have a negative influence on banks' financial health and can result in considerable losses. The possible commercial real estate market collapse goes beyond individual property owners and banks. The broader economy may also be impacted. Commercial real estate is critical to creating job opportunities, supporting small businesses, and driving economic growth. If the crisis worsens and results in widespread property value decreases, loan defaults, and financial instability, it can have a knock-on effect on many sectors of the economy. Job losses in construction, property management, and associated businesses, as well as decreased economic activity and consumer expenditure, are examples of this. Given the financial system's interdependence, there is also concern about the risk of bank runs. If depositors lose faith in banks heavily engaged in commercial real estate and begin withdrawing their funds, the financial system as a whole may suffer. To avoid such a scenario, the government may need to intervene by providing liquidity support to banks, implementing regulatory measures, or initiating programs to aid struggling property owners. Banks, particularly smaller regional banks significantly exposed to the commercial real estate market, are confronted with severe issues and probable collapses reminiscent of the 2008 financial crisis. Because of their substantial assets in commercial real estate, these banks are particularly vulnerable to the ongoing crisis. The precarious situation arises from the decline in commercial property prices, which reduces the value of the collateral held by banks as security for their loans. As troubled commercial properties struggle to find buyers, banks may face difficulties in reselling foreclosed properties and recovering the full value of the loans. This creates a strain on the bank's financial stability and can weaken their balance sheets. One of the major concerns surrounding banks heavily invested in commercial real estate is the potential for bank runs. If depositors perceive that these banks are running out of money or are at risk due to their exposure to troubled commercial real estate loans, they may hastily withdraw their funds, exacerbating the bank's financial challenges. Bank runs can have severe consequences, leading to a loss of public trust, a liquidity crisis, and potentially triggering wider financial system disruptions. Government involvement may be required to alleviate the dangers connected with probable bank failures and bank runs. The government may step in to give financial assistance, infuse liquidity into the banking system, and put measures in place to stabilize the impacted banks. These efforts are intended to restore depositor confidence and prevent the situation from deteriorating into a full-fledged financial catastrophe. The connections between the current commercial real estate crisis and the 2008 financial crisis show the significance of monitoring and resolving possible banking sector weaknesses. regulators and policymakers must carefully examine banks' exposure to distressed commercial real estate loans and take cautious measures to protect financial stability. And hopefully they do so. With that, let's end the video. This is Visionomics, signing out.